the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in the binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No mic, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune and turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. In shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go.
The key to the concept of a linguistic rule is its complex relation to pattern-governed linguistic behavior. The general concept of pattern-governed behavior is a familiar one. Roughly, it is the concept of behavior which exhibits a pattern, not because it is brought about by the intention that it exhibit this pattern, but because the propensity to emit behavior of the pattern has been selectively reinforced, and the propensity to emit behavior which does not conform to this pattern selectively extinguished. MFC 423, Wilfrid Sellars. Wilfrid Sellars is primarily known for his influential critique of foundationalist epistemology, particularly his attack on the myth of the given, arguing that no knowledge is truly independent of conceptual frameworks. He sought to reconcile our everyday manifest image of the world with the scientific image by showing how all knowledge and thought exist within a space of reasons. His work also pioneered functionalist approaches to the mind and inferentialist accounts of meaning, emphasizing the role of concepts within language and social practices. Wilfrid Sellars was born in Ann Arbor, Michigan, in 1912, the son of Roy Wood Sellars, a prominent American critical realist philosopher. His early life involved a year in New England and another in Paris, where he attended the Lycée Montaigne. He received his undergraduate degree from the University of Michigan in 1933, his master's from the University of Buffalo in 1934, and was a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University, earning a BA in 1936 and an MA in 1940. This international upbringing and rigorous academic training exposed him to a wide range of philosophical traditions, including logical empiricism and German idealism, which deeply influenced his later groundbreaking work. A pivotal moment in his post-1940 career was his time at the University of Minnesota, where he not only became a full professor and departmental chair but also co-founded Philosophical Studies, a crucial journal for the burgeoning field of analytic philosophy. It was during this period, specifically in 1956, that he delivered the groundbreaking lectures that would become Empiricism and the Philosophy of Mind. This essay, a profound critique of what he famously termed the myth of the given, dismantled the idea that any knowledge or experience could be utterly independent of conceptual frameworks, thereby challenging foundationalist epistemology. His intellectual journey continued with moves to Yale University and, most significantly, to the University of Pittsburgh, where he remained until his passing. At Pittsburgh, he played a vital role in shaping the department into a prominent center for the philosophy of science. His extensive written output from these years includes major collections of essays like Science, Perception, and Reality 1963 and Science and Metaphysics, Variations on Kantian Themes 1968, the latter reflecting his deep engagement with German idealism, particularly Kant. Another significant work was Naturalism and Ontology 1979, which explored his commitment to a robust naturalism that could nonetheless account for the normative dimensions of human thought and action. Logical space of reasons, the realm of the semantic. This refers to the public, normative network of inferences and justifications where concepts and beliefs gain their meaning and epistemic status, a concept central to his work from 1956 onward. Empiricism and the philosophy of mind, arguing that meaning arises from their inferential roles. Pure Pragmatics and Possible Worlds, the early essays of Wilfrid Sellars PPPW. This collection, published in 1980 and edited by Jeffrey F. Sitcha, offers a valuable insight into the formative years of Wilfrid Sellars's philosophical thought. Beyond presenting his early essays, the book is particularly notable for Sitcha's extensive introductory essay, which likely provides significant context and analysis of Sellars's intellectual development. Furthermore, it includes a comprehensive bibliography of Sellars's work up to 1979, making it an essential resource for scholars tracking his early contributions. Science, Perception, and Reality SPR. First appearing in 1963, Science, Perception and Reality is a foundational work by Sellars. Initially published by Routledge and Kegan Paul Ltd. And the Humanities Press, it was later reissued in 1991. The significance of the 1991 reissue by Ridgeview Publishing Co. lies in its inclusion of an updated and complete bibliography of Sellars's published works through 1989, making it a more comprehensive edition for researchers. This book likely contains essays exploring the intricate connections between scientific understanding, our perception of the world, and the nature of reality itself. Philosophical Perspectives pp. Philosophical Perspectives, originally published in 1967, represents another significant collection of Sellars's essays. It was later reprinted in 1977 by Ridgeview Publishing Co. as two separate volumes, Philosophical Perspectives, History of Philosophy and Philosophical Perspectives, Metaphysics and Epistemology. This division suggests the broad range of topics covered within the original collection, from the historical development of philosophical ideas to core issues in metaphysics, the nature of reality, and epistemology, the theory of knowledge. Science and Metaphysics, Variations on Kantian Themes S&M. Originating as the prestigious 1966 John Locke Lectures, Science and Metaphysics was published in 1968. This work showcases Sellars's deep engagement with the philosophy of Immanuel Kant, particularly exploring how Kantian themes can inform contemporary discussions in science and metaphysics. The 1992 reissue by Ridgeview Publishing Co. is particularly rich, offering not only an updated bibliography of Sellars's work through 1989 but also a valuable register of his philosophical correspondence and a listing of his circulated but previously unpublished papers and lectures, providing unique access to his ongoing intellectual dialogues and developing thoughts. Synoptic Vision. A central goal of Sellars's philosophy, particularly emphasized from the 1960s onward with a volume dedicated to it in 1977, the Synoptic Vision aims to integrate and unify our diverse understandings of reality, especially reconciling the manifest and scientific images into a coherent whole. Religion myth. Sellars's term for the mistaken belief, articulated in his engagement with ordinary language philosophy primarily 1950s to 1960s, that complex philosophical problems can be fully resolved simply by analyzing ordinary language use, arguing this often overlooks deeper theoretical issues. Essays in Philosophy and Its History F. Published in 1975, Essays in Philosophy and Its History is a collection that likely demonstrates Sellers's multifaceted approach to philosophy, combining rigorous philosophical analysis with an awareness of historical context. This volume would be key for understanding how Sellars viewed the evolution of philosophical ideas and how they informed his own contemporary arguments. Naturalism and Ontology NNO. Naturalism and Ontology, published in 1979, is an expanded version of Sellers's 1974 John Dewey Lectures. This work delves into his commitment to naturalism, the idea that everything can be explained by natural causes and laws, while simultaneously addressing how this view can accommodate the normative dimensions of human thought and action. This exploration is crucial for understanding how Sellars sought to reconcile a scientific worldview with the realm of values, reasons, and obligations. Wilfrid Sellars passed away on July 2, 1989, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at the age of 77. His death was the result of complications arising from long-term alcohol use. Although he suffered a stroke in 1984 which slowed him down, he continued to teach until his passing. The Metaphysics of Epistemology, Lectures by Wilfrid Sellars. Edited by Pedro Amaral and published posthumously in 1989, this volume offers a unique look into Sellars's direct teaching on the intricate relationship between metaphysics and epistemology. As a collection of his lectures, it likely provides a more direct and perhaps less formal presentation of his ideas on how our understanding of reality metaphysics shapes and is shaped by our theories of knowledge epistemology. It also includes a comprehensive bibliography of his published work through 1989, making it a valuable scholarly resource. Empiricism and the Philosophy of Mind EPM. Edited by Robert Brandom and published in 1997, this edition of Empiricism and the Philosophy of Mind is a critical resource for studying Sellars's most famous essay. It presents the original 1956 version of the lectures, notably without the footnotes that were added when it was later included in Science, Perception, and Reality. The inclusion of an introduction by Richard Rorty and a study guide by Brandom further enhances its value, offering contemporary interpretations and guidance for engaging with Sellars's profound critique of the myth of the given. Kant and Pre-Kantian Themes, Lectures by Wilfrid Sellars. Another volume edited by Pedro Amaral and published in 2002, this collection compiles transcriptions of Sellars's lectures, primarily focusing on Kant but also including essays on earlier modern philosophers such as Descartes, Locke, Spinoza, and Leibniz. This work provides insight into Sellars's understanding and interpretation of the historical foundations of modern philosophy, particularly his engagement with the development of rationalism and empiricism that culminated in Kant's critical philosophy. Kant's Transcendental Metaphysics, Cassirer Lecture Notes and Other Essays. Published in 2002 and edited by Jeffrey F. Sitcha, this volume offers further insights into Sellars's deep engagement with Kant. It includes notes from his Cassirer lectures, which would shed light on his specific interpretations of Kant's transcendental metaphysics. The inclusion of other essays further rounds out the collection, and its comprehensive bibliography of Sellars's work, philosophical correspondence, and circulated manuscripts through 2002 makes it an exceptionally thorough and valuable resource for scholars of Sellars and Kant alike. It is therefore crucial to my thesis to emphasize that sense impressions or raw feels are common sense theoretical constructs introduced to explain the occurrence not of white rat-type discriminative behavior, but rather of perceptual propositional attitudes, and are therefore bound up with the explanation of why human language contains families of predicates having the logical properties of words for perceptible qualities and relations. IAMB in pp. 387, in ISR, 366, Wilfrid Sellars. References: Wilfrid Sellars Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy Summer 2009 edition. Process Philosophy. The Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Metaphysics Research Lab, Stanford University. 2021 James R. O'Shea, Wilfrid Sellars, and His Legacy, Oxford University Press, 2016, p. 4. Foundationalist Theories of Epistemic Justification Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Wilfrid Sellars 1962. Philosophy and the Scientific Image of Man, in, Robert Kolodny, ed. Frontiers of Science and Philosophy, Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh Press, pages 35-78, reprinted in Science, Perception, and Reality 1963. J. F. Rosenberg 1990. Fusing the Images, Nacra F. for Wilfrid Sellars. Journal for General Philosophy of Science, 21, 1-23. De Vries, Willem June 30, 2017. Wilfrid Sellars. Inzalta, Edward N. ed. Wilfrid Sellars, The Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Metaphysics Research Lab, Stanford University, via Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. A Philosopher Who Shattered Our Complacency. The New York Times. August 15, 1989. Archived at Ghost Archive and the Wayback Machine, Introduction to Wilfrid Sellars Lecture, Naturalism and Ontology. YouTube. September 16, 2012. Empiricism and the Philosophy of Mind. Ditexte.com Andres, Tobias 2021. Ernst Cassirer's Influence on the Philosophy of Wilfrid Sellars. Cassirer Studies. 1314, 149-170, via Torasa. Sellars, W. 1974. Meaning as Functional Classification, A Perspective on the Relation of Syntax to Semantics. Synthese, 27 3-4, 417-437. Sellars, W. 1954. Some Reflections on Language Games. Philosophy of Science, 21 3, 204-228. Sellars, W. 1950. Language, Rules, and Behavior. Piccinini, G. 2004. Functionalism, Computationalism, and Mental Contents. Canadian Journal of Philosophy, 34 3, 375-410. Brandom, Robert 2015. From Empiricism to Expressivism. Harvard University Press. P1. ISBN 9780674187283. Robert Brandom, A Spirit of Trust, A Reading of Hegel's Phenomenology, Harvard University Press, 2019. De Vries, Willem A. Hegel's Revival in Analytic Philosophy. In, The Oxford Handbook of Hegel. Oxford, Oxford University Press, 2017. Pages 743-766, Analytic Philosophy is Rediscovering Hegel. There is a particularly strong thread of new analytic Hegelianism, sometimes called Pittsburgh Hegelianism. The sociality and historicity of reason, the proper treatment of space and time, conceptual holism, inferentialism, the reality of conceptual structure, the structure of experience, and the nature of normativity are the central concerns of Pittsburgh Hegelianism. Brandom, Robert 2015. From Empiricism to Expressivism. Harvard University Press. p. 32. ISBN 9780674187283. Rebecca Kukla, Objectivity and Perspective in Empirical Knowledge. Epistem 3:1, 80-95. 2006.
Mics on the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No light, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Hidden in shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go. Pure and raw. Pure and raw. Silence break, raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Pure and raw.
Okay.